So tux and tie, this is a tuxedo is Christ, and then what goes on top of the tux? Well, a tie or a bow. So this is a fun set, fun combo. Tux plus bow, or tux plus tie, or tux plus collar. Okay, so father gets the plus one word, and you can also say tux plus cufflinks, and you can do the same thing with tuxedo, because that just adds 24 points to each of these. So a tux plus a bow is a Christ Father combo. A tux plus a tie, 99, beautiful. Tux and collar. These are beautiful threes, by the way. All the letter counts divide by 3 as well. And then when you say tuxedo, you just add 24 points to it, and 3 more letters. So it's pretty glaring. There, tuxedo plus tie equals the famous 1, 2, 3. So tuxedo is Christ plus 12. Tie is Father minus 24. Very amazing. So tuxedo tie. So tie goes on top. Tie is for Father. Tuxedo plus tie equals 1, 2, 3. So there you go. I've just solved every tuxedo and tie in the history of the universe. That was awesome. And then you can also put the cufflinks on top. Cufflinks is a lovely plus 1 for Father. Wow, that's really screaming it out. Letters, strokes, divide by 3, all this cool stuff. That's glaring. But most commonly it's the tuxedo plus tie. And if you want to add another 3 fest in there, you can add a vest, but that equals love plus half a love, which is mind-blowing. Or the triple love plus half a love. Oh yeah, and then black hat on top. Black hat is typically what you wear on top of it. Black hat equals Father, and black equals hat. So this is fun, solving fashion, high fashion. So tuxedo plus tie is a Christ Father combo. Christ gets the word tux, as he does the word tuxedo. And this is so obvious, because this is going to blow your mind, how Christ takes the glory for every tux in the history of the universe. The word tux, T-U-X, is 12 points less than 77 Christ. Well, when you change that to tuxedo, now tuxedo is 12 points higher than Christ. Amazing. So tux, Christ minus 12. Tuxedo, Christ plus 12. Genius. And now tuxedo is really flawless for Christ. This is exciting. We're solving every tuxedo in the history of the universe. And think about weddings. I mean, that's what most males will wear, is a tuxedo. Many times the whole wedding party. We've already solved some bridal fashions like tiara and crown, or plus 1 for Father on top. Just like the word flower. Many times a girl will put a flower in her hair, and the guy will put a flower on top of his tuxedo, like a carnation or something. But tuxedo is Christ. Okay, look at how, tux equals Christ minus 12. Tuxedo adds 24 points, so now it equals Christ plus 12. It's glaring, but what I want to show you is the letter for letter correspondence between, excuse me, I'm trying to be as accurate as I can. Let's just not spend a whole lot of time here. But now, letter for letter beneath Christ, look, tuxedo has 2 plus 2s, just like Christ. It has a single plus 1, just like Christ, and has 3 letters that divide by 3, just like Christ. It's perfect. Okay? So Christ owns the word tuxedo perfectly. And then what goes on top? Well, if you're really good, we already did the obvious. Tuxedo plus tie. Tie goes on top. Tie parallels Father. Tie is the dead center of Father, the great 34. So tuxedo plus tie equals the great 1, 2, 3, which I've seen everywhere for Christ Father combos. Or you can do tuxedo plus a bow. Bow also parallels Father. It's Father minus 18. These are gorgeous offsets, by the way. This is Father minus 24, and this is Father minus 18. They're both offsets of 6, differing by 6s. And remember, tuxedo is offset of 12 from Christ. So let's get those offsets in here. Plus 12, and so you can just see how perfect these numbers are for Christ and Father, respectively. And then just copy this. And bow was simply minus 18. So all offsets of 6s, which are king. And so a tuxedo plus a bow is quite nice. 129, 6 points higher. Just say this in the current day. It is now November 14th. New folder. November 14, 2016. Tuxedo. And then if you're really good, you'll have a black hat on top, like a black top hat, because black hat equals father, and black equals hat. Okay, and that was a word I had from the Lord. So, and you can push it higher by calling it a black top hat, because top divides by 3. So now you're father plus 51. But the whole point is father's on top, and then you can also put a flower on top of your tuxedo. So let's put a flower on top of the tuxedo. So flower parallels father, tuxedo is Christ. Put the two together, and look, you always get this beautiful threes interface, interleave, 6 days of creation pattern, 3 threes, just equals God is sovereign. So put the flower on top, the tuxedo. A watch, sometimes people will have a watch on top, like a gold watch. So watch is father, it's 3 points less than father. It's very obvious, common with tuxedo plus a watch. Tuxedo plus the collar for father. And this is amazing. This is that letters and strokes divide by 3. 6 letters for Christ, 6 letters for father. This is father plus 3. This was father minus 3. You know, God saves the best for last. So what do you put on last? You put your tuxedo on first. By the way, the word shirt also parallels Christ. Pants, if you pluralize it like that, parallels father. But what goes on top, like vertically, collar. Now buttons divides by 3. Collar. The rim of the collar, so that's the rim. The clavicle plus 1. The shoulders, I know, is plus 1. But anything else that you put on top, a jewel, which is the root of all jewelry, is perfect for father. Interestingly, you talk about different colors, like a gold chain, which is a very biblical thing, will then parallel father. It's father plus number. Pop off the A-N or the O. Or it equals number, excuse me. Crown goes on top, of course. Crown and tiara are both plus 1. Crown equals number. There's father in the bookends of crown. You can see that everywhere. In fact, that's another. I had a couple the other day. The word number and thanks and crown all equal the same thing, and they have the exact same design. So that's a real treasure. I mean, the crown is the prize. Like, that's what's on top. Like when you get to heaven. Well, clearly thanks is critically important in the mind of God. Look at this is all numbers. So all these words equal each other. Crown equals thanks equals number, and you have 15 at the dead center, and father 58 is flanking. So that's a huge revelation. Every crown belongs to father. All thanks goes to father. Every number belongs to father. That was awesome. If you're really good, you'll wear a wedding crown with like numbers on it that point to father, and you'll put the name father on and advertise for father while you're walking the aisle. I'm serious. I'm actually convinced that the more you advertise the name father, the more you'll probably be blessed, because it's the name above all names that God is most proud of mathematically. And okay. Let's see. Thanks, number. What else? What else when you... That's just fun solving a tux. A brooch will go on top, which is plus 1 for father. So a tuxedo plus a brooch is another plus 1 for father. It's father plus 3. It's the exact same value as collar. So a tuxedo plus a brooch, disturbingly. Disturbingly. So they both equal the same thing. And letters and strokes, that is disturbing. Like, this is really golden, disturbingness. So both of these are accomplished in 12 letters, 24 strokes, and equal the exact same thing. A tuxedo, collar, and then a tuxedo with a brooch on top. Okay, well, father gets the last word. This is father plus 3. both of them, and you can pop up, they both contain a C, so what exists in blue equals Father perfectly. Whoops. That is a miracle. Okay, so at a wedding you'll see someone with a tuxedo, collar is on top, collar goes to Father, tuxedo is Christ, brooch is on top, brooch equals collar. Stunningly, the letters and strokes to carve collar and brooch are identical. So this whole pattern. And then what's extra remarkable to me, yeah, letters and strokes in every word. 6 letters in tuxedo and 12 strokes. 6 letters in brooch and 12 strokes. That is an absolute miracle to glorify Christ and Father. So we're in a real good zone here when we're looking at wedding garments. Obviously God the Father is very proud of his children getting married, and so he's going to make sure that there's fashion with words that suits the bill for his name. So tuxedo diagram. Can we get some names for this kind of fashion? This is going to take a while because I'm uploading video, but we can keep perusing this. What other words? So these are words that parallel Christ. Now the 1 plus 2 is anywhere within the list. Before, like the word tool. Before I was just looking at words that, oh, I know what I could do. This will be fun. I can sort this alphabetically, and then I can quickly see the words that start with a single plus 2, like we just did with tux. So this list that I'm looking at is a list of all English words that start with a single plus 2 and are followed by pure 3s, pointing to Christ very glaringly. Okay, so a tuxedo diagram. Is there anyone that's done a very, technical diagram of all this? I mean, you can take a look. Like I'll just do a search for groom tuxedo, and we can go from visuals that we know of. But by the way, the word suits, plural, is bookended in Father, and I've been getting STSs. Suits is Father plus 30. Always check the plural. Suits. Amazing. Ha! This is another fun gem. You know how sometimes there's lint on top of a tuxedo? Like lint is always clearly on top, also known as hairs. But lint is the official name. I'm here to say that lint mathematically points to Father, and I'm willing to say that that is a fun little gem that God ordained in his universe. Lint, just like the word dust, parallels Father. You say, oh, wow, this lint, wow, this dust. Well, it actually promotes more love, because now people get to touch the groom. They say, oh, let me help you with this lint. And they just, now people are touching each other more because they have to finick over. Oh, now we have to dust the house. Now people are communicating and getting more exercise. It's all part of God's plan. So lint equals Father minus 3. But the letter for letter design is perfect. Like plus 2s exceed plus 1s by 2 in count, and then you got your 2 letters that divide by 3 right in front. In fact, this word lint, yeah, it's just screaming it out. That parallels this, differing by 6. In fact, the NT equals this cluster in the center of Father. And then your 2, this is my new favorite gem. My favorite gem for Father. Father's on top. You say, what's really on top of any tuxedo? Well, lint. There's always some lint somewhere, also known as dust. Dust is perfect for Father, being Father plus 6. Okay. And it promotes love, because now people are touching the groom, like, oh, let me help you with your lint. And you get the idea. Sovereignty of God, but what's the message? Father's on top. So let's put some lint on top of your tuxedo. Tuxedo was Christ, but what is a tuxedo without a little lint to get people touching you? So lint is for Father, tuxedo was for Christ. Put the 2 together, equals a lovely God bless you, which is 12 times 12. Okay. But clearly lint is on top, just like dust is on top. When we dust the furniture, we're sweeping that which is on top. Well, Father's on top. There you go. And he'll never stop proving that he's on top by scattering dust everywhere all over this universe. And lint all over the place. He's like, I'm on top. Just remember that mathematically. Okay. So, groom tuxedo. Just do an image search and it's there, tuxedo 101. Okay, so we solved the bow. We solved the cufflinks. So bow is plus 1. Cufflinks are plus 1. Shirt parallels Christ. Watch is Father. glasses, if you do have glasses, glass equals Father, so you don't have to be ashamed of that. Shoes divides by 3 for the base. By the way, shoes and feet both divide by 3, just like the word roots, like of a tree. Legs, parallel trunks. Limbs and appendages, +1 for Father. But so bow is on top, collar is on top. What is that? Collar, rim, +1. Buttons divides by 3. Oh, the pocket. Aha, pocket is on top. So pocket is +1 for Father. You have a pocket. And then you have a shirt pocket, which is, the pocket gets sewn on top. It's an actual final section of any suit. Like it's a separate sewing. The shirt goes on top. And if you're really good, you can even call these cufflinks. Like these can be called not just buttons, but cufflinks. I like cufflinks for +1. And technically, when you wear the suit, the cufflinks are on the top of the top. Like they go even on top of the shirt buttons. But shirt is Christ, it equals Jesus. Pocket is Father. Good night. Shirt plus pocket, your shirt pocket. Father's on top equals 144. We just saw that fine number from, what was it? Oh, tuxedo plus lint. But the message is still the same. Father's on top. Christ is beneath. What's interesting to me also is a shirt covers your chest. This is also a profound revelation that shirt is Christ and chest is Father. Lovely. Okay, we've done a lot of good stuff there. Buttons, collar, tuxedo, boom, tuxedo. Man not included. Of course, man is on top, +1, facing hairs. We've solved human anatomy, but I'm looking at the fashion now. Bow, collar, shoulders. Shoulders are on top, okay. Tie is on top, pocket. Yeah, okay, and then flower on top, or brooch, jewel. That's the power tux. Ew, that's just so bold, it's scary. Incidentally, power equals Christ, and then tux. All right, so there's your flower. What do they call this item that hangs out of the pocket? There's got to be a name for it. Wow, that is like hair for hair perfection. That is grease. So the bow. It would be nice to get even more terms for these fans. If those would be called fans, that's +1. Vest was easy. So we solved the great tuxedo. Yeah! Not bad for a day's work. There's a lot of them in world history. Yeah. Brooch. That was fun. I would like to get some more terms. Now, you can probably find Father in the word buttons. See what he's hidden in there. I noticed that the center, the center provides +1 just like Father. Quite obvious. This offsets of 6s, and then this makes 6 times 6 just like Father is flanked in 6s. So very obvious design. So you can imagine how different words go in front and before for different types of button, different colors of button that point to Father altogether. Button is written as Christ. Buttons. 111.